Sharing with you in this video how to transform a human being, how to really help a person change into the person that they really want to be, so that you're not making decisions for people, you're not forcing them to do things that they don't want to do, you're not making it so that you're overpowering your free will on top of them. What you're doing is that you're just facilitating their growth. You're facilitating their transformation. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you, in my personal experience, what I've noticed helps a person actually change into that person that they want to be, how to actually be a coach, how to be a mentor, how to be a teacher. And again, do it in an honorable and a respectful way. And so the first thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to actually do this is to understand that really what I've come to notice in my experience is that what you want to do is do not react to drama. So if a person comes to you and has many problems, many issues, maybe they're emotionally charging a negative situation in their life, and then you can kind of just sit there and observe and kind of notice that they're feeding into this drama and they're emotionalizing this drama, right? And you know that they shouldn't be doing this, but you're kind of sitting there and listening. And then so what you want to do is just don't react to it at all. Don't react to them giving you the drama, because what that does is that shocks the emotional system. It makes it so that when you're talking to a person, they kind of expect you to feed into their problems, right? They expect you to feed into the issues that are happening in their life. But what you want to do is just realize that you don't have to do that. There's no need for you to feed into the problems, to feed into the issues. There's no need for you to really do this, because what you can start to do is start to realize that you can just be a good listener sometimes. Just be a good listener sometimes. And again, this is going to shock their system. They're going to be shocked. And then what this can do is sort of awaken a person to their own issues. And then they can realize in that moment that maybe they're more responsible than they realize for how they're feeling. And sometimes all it takes is just a good listener to not react to their drama. And so that's one powerful way that I found to transform a human being. And so the second thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of what I've come to, again, this is working with other mentors, this is me coaching people in my personal experience. The second thing that I want to share with you is really to see the highest vision for a person, even if the person can't see it. So if you maybe see, again, something greater for a person, again, not that you're pushing anything against them or going against what they truly want, it's that they know that they want something. You can see that they want something. They're telling you they want something. They've communicated that they want something to you. You know 100% for a fact that they want something, right? And then their actions aren't aligned with it. So then maybe that person stops believing in themselves shortly after they've committed and communicated to you that they're committed to an identity. How do you handle that situation? Well, you as a leader, right, being a good coach, being a good mentor also means being a good leader. If you want to be a good leader, a good coach, a good mentor, a good teacher, what you want to do is continue to hold the vision for that person, even if they can't see it. So what you want to do sometimes as a leader is you're going to fall into situations where you believe in people more in them than they can even believe in themselves. You're going to find yourself in that situation. And so the best thing that you can do is just continue to hold that vision and speak to it. Use your voice and be bold and be willing to speak to invite people to be their highest selves. You should be able to voice these concerns immediately in the present moment and do so in a concise and respectful way, so that they can be shocked enough to realize that, wait a second, maybe you're not just some random person disrespecting them. Maybe you're actually onto something. Maybe you're calling them out on something that they realize that they've been lying to themselves about for however many years in their life. And all it took for you to do was to hold a vision when even they couldn't do it themselves. Nobody else did it in their life. They couldn't do it, but you took the initiative and courage just to hold the vision for somebody and speak to it. Not many people are actually willing to do this in an authentic way, which is why most people are not good at facilitating growth and facilitating transformation, because they're not actually there from a space of true beingness. They're there with sort of too much mental intention going on there. Too much mental intention, too many thoughts, too many intentions that are not pure, that are coming from the divinity of the present moment, where you really are open to the possibility of what that person needs and what that person wants exactly in that present moment. That's what it means to love a person, to help a person, to be there for a person, is to really be in the present moment and really just know from the depth of your being, what does this person need in this present moment? How can I serve and be there for this person right now? And then so really what you want to do is, through the conflict, through the drama, through the issues, through the challenges, what you want to do still in that situation is just be there with the drama. Be there with the situation that person is struggling with, and then just understand that all you have to do sometimes is just see that highest vision for them. And then so the final thing that I want to share with you in this video is to really, for me, what I found is very powerful to really see how to actually be there for a person and the way that they need in that present moment, is to see that really it's a combination of a couple of things here, or a few things. Really, the first thing is to know when to ask questions. That's what I found is very important, very powerful. It's just knowing to ask a question to a person. Another thing that you want to start to do is know when it's time for you to just give advice. Just let them know, hey, here's what I think, here's my input, here's my feedback. Just give them your advice. You could even tell them what to do. You could say, hey, I think you should do this. I think here's the path you should take. I think that based on what I've seen, you should go in this direction. You can make those kind of opinions if a person is willing. You could even ask, hey, is it okay if I share with you something that I think is going to help you? If they're open to it, then what happens is that now you're, again, facilitating this transformational space of growth and becoming a different person, something greater than a greater space that they've never stepped into before because they were too attached to the past. And then so lastly, what you want to do as well is know when it's just time to hold space and listen and do nothing. That's something you want to consider, as well as when it's time just to hold space, just listen, not be reactive. And then if you can combine these things in the right moment at the right time, again, know when to ask questions, know when it's time to just tell and give advice, and know when it's time to just listen and then absolutely do nothing and just be a good listener. If you know how to do these things at the right time, what you'll find is that you can really transform a human being, because what you're doing is you're just the guide in this space to help them realize that all along they had the tools and the resources and the power within them to create what they want. You're just a permission slip. A true leader is not going to take all the credit. A true leader is going to say, hey, you know what? I was just there and I helped you, but really you did it in the end. It was all you. That's a true leader. A true leader is not going to be there and be like, yeah, I did it. I'm the best leader and I take all full the credit. No, a true leader will never do that. A true authentic leader, what they'll do is they'll say, yeah, of course, like I was there, but you're the one that took all the action to actually create what you wanted. All I did was just facilitate your growth and your transformation. And then so this is the space that we want to get to, is to start to realize that we're just there to help them become their greatest version. Again, you're not there to control, you're not there to manipulate, you're not there to put your free will up on top of that person. You're just there to invite and encourage them to actually step into the person that they've always wanted to be, that maybe nobody gave them permission to do. You just simply came in and you said, you know what? You have permission to do this. You're allowed to do this. Like, I don't know what many other people have told you in your life. Like, I don't know if like other people have been telling you that you're not allowed to be the person that you want to be, but then you come in there and just say, hey, look, it's totally normal. Just normalize it. You're allowed to be what you want to be. Let's just cut to the chase here. Nobody's stopping you but yourself, and all the resources are available in the present moment if you can see and perceive of the opportunities, and then stop perceiving of lack by being attached to a vision of the past and who you used to be. If we can stop attaching to the vision of who we used to be and then replace that with the vision of who we're becoming in the future, in this present moment now, this is when the transformation is going to happen. And then you can start to really see that every single moment is an opportunity for you simply to become the person that you're wanting to be in this present moment right now.